Hello, hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Marketing Minis. It is September 1st, 2023, and I am here with daily short live brainstorm marketing ideas to help you elevate your LinkedIn and PR marketing so that you can have more impact and influence and income in your life. And this is just one way that I am here to show up to support that. If you don't know me, I'm the host of the Good Girls Get Rich podcast. And I am the founder of the She's Linked Up program. And I really stand for helping more women have, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm trying to, I'm getting StreamYard messages here. I really stand for, I really want more women to have more money. I want there to be more wealthy women in the world. So I don't really care what your body parts are, how you identify, but I do want women to feel more included with this LinkedIn and PR marketing strategies that I teach. So we are live this morning on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Twitter. So I was going to try and go live on Instagram, but that's the error message I got. So I guess I messed that up. So maybe tomorrow I'll be live on Twitter. We'll see. On Instagram. We'll see. So if you're here with me live, feel free to jump into the conversation and put 10 a.m. on your calendar every day, at least for the month of September. I've committed to being live every day for a few months. I'm testing this, not just for my own business, but for my students, right? I like to try to get a handle on what works. And you know what? I love doing my podcast. And hopefully you're a podcast listener. Good Girls Get Rich is the name of the podcast. I feel like it's a one-way conversation. And even though this is still me talking at you, there's opportunity for engagement here, right? So I'm hoping that as time goes on, you guys will be more ready for me to be live at 10 a.m. and you'll join me and hang out with me. So that's my hope. So what I'm really doing with this series is I want to provide real value to you, right? I'm not going to be here for half an hour. This is not half-hour trainings. These are just going to be short, quick marketing minis, right? Marketing mini tips. And if, what I'm going to do though, is one of the things that I'm doing is kind of poking through my podcast to see where I've talked about some things that it's time to reintroduce or talk about again. So for this episode of Marketing Minis, really what I'm doing is I'm kind of going back to the very first episode of my podcast. You can check that out at KarenYankovich.com/001, where I talk about why I feel called to show up for women. And it isn't about me, right? It's about you. I grew up in the 70s and, listen, when I was in grammar school, to show you how old I am, like girls couldn't wear pants. Like we had to wear dresses. And I remember exactly the year that we were able to start wearing pants to school. Like women were not, they did not have the same opportunities that they have now. And, girls should be seen and not heard, like all those things, right? And now here I am saying, I want you to have more impact and influence and income, right? So it was a journey for me and it's not easy. And there's a lot of unlearning that I had to do and that maybe you have to do as well, right? But here's the thing. If you throw my name in a Google search, you're going to see, I don't know, 2,500 million pages of me talking about LinkedIn, right? Because I do think LinkedIn is an amazing tool to use, but LinkedIn is the tool, right? LinkedIn is the tool to help you get more impact, influence, and income. And we do this in ways like creating a great LinkedIn profile. Who do you need to build your network full of? Who's on your calendar this week? How do you get more visibility? How do you get in front of the exact right people? This is a much simpler process than all the things you're doing on all these other platforms. And I'm not saying don't do all those things on all those other platforms, but what I am saying is that this is the stuff you should be doing first, I believe. Because when I ask women, and really anybody, where do they get their biggest opportunities from? Where are the biggest contracts? Like, had that contract come your way? 99 out of 100 times they tell me referrals, right? But then most of the women I talk to, when I ask them about their marketing strategy, they tell me all about their Instagram strategy, all about their Pinterest strategy, right? The guys aren't worried about Instagram and Pinterest, or at least they are to some degree, but for the most part, they're here on LinkedIn or going, hey, like, scheduling golf dates or lunch dates or whatever, really filling their network full of the kinds of people that can give them the referrals for the big contracts, right? So we can be doing the same thing and we should be doing the same thing. And this is really what I want for you. And this is why I want more women to understand that this is not like left-brained and corporate and strategy, although it might be for you. Like if you're more statistic oriented, your LinkedIn strategy will be a little different than somebody that is more of somebody that wants to relate to people more. As a matter of fact, let me actually share this with you. Give me a second here. I created a quiz recently that you can check out at linkedinquiz.com that gives you the first couple steps to building your LinkedIn strategy, depending on how you most like to show up, right? Because there's not one right way to do this. In my She's Linked Up programs, it's a very custom, we create very custom strategies for every one of our students because not everybody's looking for the same thing and not everybody is going to approach it the same way, right? Where I might have a block, you might be like, oh, piece of cake, I could do that. And where I'm like, what do you mean you're not comfortable with this? You're like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing that, right? So we've created this LinkedIn quiz to help you overcome that first step, because that first step is always the hardest, right? That first step to your LinkedIn strategy. But if you feel like you are not using LinkedIn the way you could be, if you are frankly not putting 5 calls a week on your calendar from your LinkedIn strategy, then put 10 o'clock every morning on your calendar and come join me here, because I'm going to be giving you tips every single day on how to be using this really powerful platform in a profitable way. And here's the thing, it may seem like a lot when I say I'm going to be live every day. It's 10 minutes, right? Like all I had to do was turn on my camera and talk. And of course I prepped this, right? I've got a spreadsheet with the topics I'm going to be talking about. And I created the graphic images, and we created I actually created also I will be creating a playlist on YouTube, so that if you go to marketingminis.com, you can watch all of these videos. Now, this is the first one. So this playlist will be active as soon as I'm done here, and I can put this video in that playlist, right? But as I move forward, you can go to marketingminis.com and you can watch these videos. This is not taking a ton of my time. I'm busy, and I know you're busy, right? So most of the people I work with are busy, successful, smart women, and they're just ready for their next chapter. They're ready for their next income leap. They're ready to leave corporate and maybe be a consultant. They're ready to maybe just go from 6 figures to $250,000 or 7 figures, or maybe multiple 7 figures, right? And you're busy. If I said to you, yeah, I need 5 hours a day on LinkedIn, you'd be like, see ya, right? See ya, that's not happening. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying this could be a simple strategy. So when I say, so this is why I want more women to hear this, because and I don't know why this is, and I hate to generalize like this, but it is just true for the people that I speak with, that the women that I speak with are not spending enough time on LinkedIn. They're not creating enough. They don't have a strategy that gets them on the phone with people that are some of the most influential people in their industry. And all of that's happening on LinkedIn, right? Right? Like the guys are doing it. Like I said, they're playing golf, they're creating lunch dates, whatever. We need to be doing the same thing. All right. And again, guys, I don't care what your body parts are. I'm here to support whoever is looking for help with this. I just want the women to hear me. Like I want you to hear me once and for all. So again, short little daily videos, starting with put 10 a.m. On your calendar and come join me wherever you're watching this. Again, like I'm live on Facebook. And actually, I have a free Facebook group. If you're not in the free Facebook group, you can join us at linkedinforwomencommunity.com. And so I'm live in the Facebook group. I'm also live on my Facebook business page, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. Or X, whatever we're calling Twitter these days, right? So wherever you're watching, come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. and every day at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, for example, I'm going to be talking about how you can use LinkedIn to grow your speaker business, right? To grow your speaking business. And I'm just going to give short little examples every day. This isn't going to be a full-blown 3-hour LinkedIn for Speakers training, but you're going to get takeaways every single day that you're going to be like, ooh, I can do that, right? That's what I want you to do. I can do that. Like one little thing, right? And these little things make all the difference. So I'm here to support you. Again, if you're not sure how to take the first step, just go on over to linkedinquiz.com, and that's going to help you take the first step into what you can be doing based on your personality, based on your marketing personality, whether you like to empower people, or if you like to just teach more. Maybe you're more of an illuminator and you want to teach. Maybe you just like talking to people and you like to relate to people and you like to connect people, right? So depending on the results of the quiz, you're going to get some really strategic things to do, right? A couple things to do so that you know what your first couple steps can be. And then come back here every day at 10 o'clock and let's talk and let's see how it's working for you. All right. So that's it for me today. Like I said, they're going to be short. This one was more of an introduction to this, but know that I'm here for you. Start with the quiz and I'll be back tomorrow and we'll talk about how you can get more speaking engagements using some LinkedIn strategy. All right. I'll see you then.